Street Fighter 6 Season 2 is right around the corner. Of course, there's 2 characters missing, Ed and Akuma. But let's just say that they're both amazing characters on launch. I personally believe that Ed and maybe Akuma might be very weak at the start. But then whatever changes Capcom is making to Season 2 might be what Ed and Akuma need to make their kit fully better. And a little example would be like in Season 2, Drive Rush adds more juggle physics. So now Ed can do better combos. But in Season 1, his combos aren't tailored to Season 1 juggle physics. They're tailored to Season 2 juggle physics. That's what I'm thinking. But today we're going to be looking at all the cast up until Aki on Super Buff. Granted, this character is very low tier. There's a lot of stuff that they need to fix. Buff, the character is not the best, so a few tweaks can make them better. Nerf, the character's a little too good. We can bring them down. And Super Nerf, the character is just leagues ahead of everybody. Let's bring them back to the baseline. Of course, if you like this video, tickle that like button. Squeeze that comment button. Comment down something snarky. Comment why you disagree with me. Be like, dude, what do you mean Manon is in Super Nerf? She's terrible. Ring that post notification bell so you know when I'm live on YouTube, and let's get into it. We're going to keep it very short and sweet. I don't want this video to be too long. I.e., if you look at the timer down below, if I went over 30 minutes, then I lie to you and leave a dislike. Alright, number 1, Ken. Ken needs a nerf. I think that having a overhead that can lead into a combo, but it can also come from a low. I'm mostly speaking about Jinrai kicks. I think Jinrai kicks is one of the more corny moves within Street Fighter 6. It doesn't really take much skill. It's a high-low built-in mix. If you get a counter hit, you can level 3. If you just land a hit with a low, you can level 3. It's a really 50-50. You're like, Arroyoyo, but there's built-in parry timers. If you know he's going to do low, you can click parry, and then it option selects the low and the high. Yeah, but if he doesn't do any of them, then he can just grab you, and then now you lost a bar and like a bunch of HP because you thought he was going to do Jinrai. Jinrai's the only thing I feel like Ken needs a nerf. Everything else seems fine. Dragon Lash, you can DI. The EX Fireball Drive Rush, that's just what they want in this game with a majority of this cast, so we're not really going to talk about that. Mostly just Jinrai kicks. Make the overhead super negative. Make the low safe on block in the sense of like, you know, it's like maybe like -1, 0. You know, like you can still block if they block the low. But the overhead, that shit needs to be negative as hell. Aki buff. I think Aki is in a very awkward position. She doesn't really have a cross up. None of her normals cross up, which is if like you jump, and that's pretty big in this game, especially if you're fighting like a fireball character and you jump over the fireball, you want to cross up. From what I can tell, none of her normals cross up when I was playing her when she first came out. Maybe a very specific button crosses up at a very specific angle. Even then, there should be a little bit more leeway on maybe like her jumping medium kick or her jumping heavy punch where she does this. Overall, I think her poison is also very weak. It would be cool if they swapped her poison from health to drive gauge. I don't know if they can do that, or if that would be too busted. But I think the fact that her poison doesn't really, it's not dangerous. Like Fang's poison or Fong poison from Street Fighter 5, very deadly. You really felt your health get chipped. And I think in this game, you kind of don't mind getting chipped to an extent, because if you get into that CA range, now you just got this cannon loaded up, and Aki put you in that for free just by you blocking. It wasn't like, you know, perfectly they did a combo and then you're under, you know, the CA threshold. It was just you got poison at low health. Now you have CA. Oh my god, you just did fireball heavy punch with you know, with Ken, and then now you land the CA and then Aki dies. Overall, I also think her fireball is pretty good. I feel like from Fang to Aki, she doesn't have a curving fireball, which is what made Fang really good when it came to covering space, is having that artillery. But maybe people just didn't like that in Street Fighter 5. But I think Aki overall, personally, I would say they should buff her poison to go from health to drive gauge. Marissa, this is a tough one, right? Marissa could probably be buffed. I would say buff her anti-air, her crouching heavy punch. It's sometimes very unreliable. Everything else Marissa has, you might be thinking like, what do you mean Marissa's not that good in the game? Marissa has a lot of great tools. It just requires a lot of reading the opponent, right? If you do phalanx to a fireball that does big boy damage. If you do charge gladius to a DI that does big boy damage. If you do command grab that does big boy damage. Marissa's all about, like, you know, she really just wants to pound you in the corner. I mean, her level 3 takes you to the corner. She has a lot of checkmates. But overall, I would say probably buffer. A lot of her normals are not the best, which is pretty shitty. Keep her, like, medium punch target combo the same, though. And, like, her heavy punch target combo. Mostly just dealing with her anti-air. That's the only thing I would buff. Dalsum. This is tough, man. This is tough, man. I'm going to say this is tough. Because Dalsum is a great character. I know fucking nerf Dalsum. I hate Dalsum. Dalsum's hella annoying. I will say maybe his damage output could be better. But overall, I feel like Dalsum has a lot of good tools in this game. Making teleport so quick. Maybe add more recovery frames to his teleport. Very similar to maybe like a JP. To where if they come out of the... As soon as they teleport, there's like that... more frames you can tell JP has to like wind up his cane. Dalsum can just go bloop and then immediately teleport, do a heavy punch, and then it's so annoying. I don't know. That's the only thing I would say is maybe nerf his teleport. Everything else Dalsum has is fine. Maybe you can buff his damage output. He doesn't really do that much damage, but I mean, Dalsum is a finicky character because you make Dalsum do 1,000,000 damage. He has some of the best keep away in the game. Really good normals that if they get perfect parry, they have to be specifically punished in a specific way, like his medium kick. You can't do like a crouching heavy punch with Luke. You have to do crouching medium. Like it's very specific on how they do it. Kimberly, we're gonna put Kimberly in super buff. This character is super gimmicky. Granted, don't get me wrong, but the super buffs I'm talking about is just making her supers better. Which is what you might think super buff is correlating to. No, super buff just means like a lot of buffs. Making her supers better, and then making her EXDP actually invincible. What the fuck is the point of an EXDP if it's not a get off me tool? I think they should make her DP invincible, as well as buff her supers. There's my cat. My cat's like, wait. That's all you want to buff on Kimberly? He's like, I see you beat Kimberly's every day. That's all I want to buff. The character's super gimmicky, and there's not really much to it. Jerry, nerf. Her fucking... Jerry's just a good character. I don't know what the fuck they would nerf on Jerry. Just fucking nerf the character. Jerry's a good character, man. I don't know. Maybe make Feng Shui Engine worse. But then that's kind of shitty, right? Because that's like an install. You kind of want to spend 2 bars to have a good install. I don't know. Maybe make her crouching medium kick easier to whiff punish. That's very annoying. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just say nerf crouching medium kick with Jerry. Everything else is kind of fine. Maybe alter the hitbox of the DP. The DP is like a giant fucking hitbox. Even if you land like a perfect angle to cross cut, or to cross up your opponent, Jerry's DP just like fucking hits behind her sometimes. And you're like, damn, that's kind of shitty. But it doesn't happen like all the time. So that's why it's like, it's just inconsistent. Make her DP either always hit behind her or just never hit behind her. So that way you know, like, okay, let me just never fucking jump on Jerry. Blanca, buff. Give him more. The only buff would be more Blanca chance. And you might be thinking, like, why do you want to give him more Blanca chance? I think his character is tailored around Blanca chance. Give him the 5 Blanca chance back from the beta. Or from the first beta, I think it was 5 Blanca chance. I mean, I know the first footage of Blanca ever had 5 Blanca chance. The only thing I would buff of Blanca, 5 Blanca chance. If it's his mechanic, he needs to use it more. I'm tired of fighting Blancas and they never use Blanca Chan, even in Master Rank. I think the character needs Blanca Chan. It's a great tool. It's a cool mechanic, and I really like it. I gotta like look at my second monitor because my cat's laying in front of my people. Super nerf on DJ. I fucking hate this character. This character is probably the corniest character in the entire game, even past Ken. It's just, he just has built-in gimmicks as well with his sway, and I hate his fucking crouching medium kick being fucking safe, but it trips you Make his crouch. You know what? The old super nerf. Make his crouching medium kick the same frame data. Also, his fucking sweep is safe at certain ranges. Why the fuck is a sweep safe in a Street Fighter game? Sweeps are there to be punished. So make his crouching medium kick and his sweep fucking punishable. He gets so much off of them. Granted, I think they're going to be fucking nerfing throw loops. Fuck this guy's throw loops. Fucking hate DJ. Corny ass character. Oh, Roy, you just don't know how to fight him. I know how to fight fucking DJ. It's you fucking make him whiff and then hope you get a goddamn whiff punish. You know, that's how you fight DJ, man. You have to whiff punish this bozo. Because you can't, if he does medium fireball, he can fucking, I hate fireballs into DPs. I hate jumping over a fireball roughly early, right? I mean, if you jump over a fireball, like, you know, it's going across the screen, and then you jump and then a DP, that's fine. But doing like jumping when you hear the slasher, you know, slash on reaction, and then you still get hey, that's it. That doesn't feel rewarding. It's like I made the right read, and then now I'm in the fucking corner. I increase the recovery on his fucking fireballs. The man gets a feint. Increase the recovery on his medium fireball. Fuck this character. I hate him so much. Lily, super buff. I talked about it before. I think Lily can use a movement speed buff. I think she's too fucking slow. She's not T-Hawk. You know, she should be able to move around at a little quicker fucking speed. And they should also make her DP invincible on Wake Up, I think. And then maybe tweak around some frame data. Possibly, I'm not going to say it, possibly change around some hurt boxes on her little fucking weapon she has. Because I know that you can whiff punish the weapons, but I mean, the weapons are like longer than her fucking arm, so it kind of makes sense. But we're going to talk about another character that has a fucking weapon that doesn't have a fucking hurt box. And there's a reason why that character is way fucking better. Her grappling game is decent. Because you can do EX Windspire into a 50-50. Kinda. But it's whatever. I don't know. Her grappling game's weird. I don't know why the fuck they made her a grappler. I feel like she's not a grappler. They're like, fuck, we need to make her a grappler. So they made her shitty with a not the best command grab. Honda. Fuck. Fucking nerf Honda. Make one of the headbutts punishable on block. I think all the headbutts are safe. Maybe make, like, light punishable on block. The one that's usually, like, an empty headbutt. That they go into command grab. Maybe, like, if you block that one, that one's punishable. But having all the headbutts go into headbutt and then you try to punish and it's just EX headbutt right after. Or you just block it and you're like, fuck, this is kind of annoying now. Why am I blocking something that clearly should be punishable, but at the same time, it's like there's certain moves in the game. Kimberly has one as well where she does like her run and then she does like a backflip kick. She does like a little kick like that. And that move in my brain of playing fighting games is so fucking negative. I think it's like +2 or +3, but she's doing a fucking backflip. So how the fuck is she recovering so fast? Don't get me started on Kimberly's run overhead as well. That shit should also be fucking punishable. I think that's safe on block. I hate overheads that are safe. I think overheads should always be negative. That's the point of a fucking overhead. It's a 50-50 mix. Why the fuck is an overhead safe in that context? I don't know. That's just me personally. Yeah, fuck Honda. Make one of the headbutts negative. Maybe the medium one. Maybe make the light heavy safe. Make the medium one. Same with butt slam. Maybe make like the light butt slam minus, and then, I don't know, that's weird. Honda's a weird one, right? Because he only has like 2 fucking moves and then the character's dead. So if you nerf him, then he's fucking useless. JP, super nerf. Fuck this character. Actually, nerf. The longer I play against JPs, the more easy JP is to beat. I'm not going to lie. He does have a lot of flaws. And it's not like he does anything too crazy. He has really good zoning, but you can kind of like work around it. And you can kind of bait amnesia. If you bait amnesia, he loses a lot of health. Like, the thing about DJ is, like, a lot of his shit's just safe. To where JP, a lot of his shit's, like, not that safe. And he can get super fucking punished. Maybe it's very... Oh, my God. My cat's tail just fucking hit the shit out of my mouth. So it's so weird. Even though JP, I do believe is the #1 in the game, and you might be thinking like, why is DJ in Super Nerf? He's the #1 in the game because of his damage potential and his way to control the game with his departures. Whereas DJ is just fucking gimmicky as shit, and you don't feel good when you lose against a DJ. Like, you don't feel like, oh man, I got out-nooched. He did drive rush, light punch through me. Drive rush, sway, low. Drive rush, light punch, oh, he threw me again. And you're like, oh, sick. He threw a fireball, I jumped, and I got hey. Like, it's just, like, when you lose against this character, it doesn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why he's in Super Nerf. Guile can be in Nerf. He has a lot of anti-airs, which is annoying. You might be thinking, like, what do you mean he has a lot of anti-airs? He has, like, crouching heavy punch, he has flash kick. He has the fucking back medium kick. I think it's back medium kick. The thing that's annoying with Guile, which is just always annoying, is that he's charging boom and flash kick at the same time. So when you're in neutral with this character, it's really just a 50-50. Is he going to throw a boom when you jump? Nope, it was a flash kick. You walk forward, oh, it was a boom. It's very similar to DJ. It's not as gimmicky as DJ, but it is one of those, like, oh my god. Like, you're just guessing up, down. It's weird to say, right? It's not rewarding to lose against a character. Some of these characters, Marissa, Aki, Jury, Blanca, even sometimes Ken, like, they kind of have to play neutral, you know? And you can whiff punish a lot of their moves, so it, like, does feel good. But Guile, it's so fucking, it's just annoying, man. And that's really just what it comes down to, annoyance factor. The character's good, and the character does what the character needs to do, very similar to Honda. But it's just annoying to be like, okay, I am now in neutral. He's currently down back. And then now I kind of just have to stand here because he's most likely waiting for me to move. And if I move, he's going to do a boom, which is like fucking safe. Which is stupid. Or he's going to wait for me to jump and then do splash kick. You might be thinking like that's what the entire character does. Guile has fucking amazing ass normals. So no, it's not all the character does. The Guile has some crazy fucking combos. He has some great fucking normals. And he can beat the shit out of you. He has a fucking air throw. Give every character an air throw, by the way. I don't know why the fuck certain characters have air throws and certain characters don't. Give everybody a fucking air throw at this point. Like, air throw, air throw, air throw, air throw. Who the fuck? Air throw, air throw. Like what are we doing here, man? Just give people air throws. Cammy, buff. Cammy's a good character, don't get me wrong. But I think she's good if you're bad. I think she's good mostly against bad people who might not know the Cammy matchup. She has a lot of flaws, especially when it comes to her supers mostly. So maybe buffing her level 2 to where you can control the angle would be way better. Very similar to Kimberly's level 2. Like, both of these level 2s serve a very specific purpose of maybe like trying to whiff punish a fireball from an angle. But sometimes it might miss and then you get fucked, and I don't think they have protection. Like, you can just hit them out of it. I honestly don't think it's that good. So yeah, buffer supers. Everything else seems fine. Her normals seem fine. I mean, Cammy is a good character. Buffer supers. Luke, we're going to put Luke in buff for sure. I definitely think Luke needs buffs. After playing Luke for, you know, the entirety of Street Fighter 6 being out, you can definitely tell the weaknesses a character has just by playing them. Avenger is the most useless move in the entire game. I feel like Avenger might be the least useful move. The only thing Avenger is good for is whiffing, which is weird. It's the only special move that you whiff on purpose, except for like Blanca light Blanca ball. I think if you spend 2 meters on the EX, that tackle should be +1 or some shit. And once again, why the fuck is it when he does an overhead, that shit's safe? When he does his fucking sway overhead, that shit's safe? When she does her run overhead, that shit's fucking safe? But I do Avenger overhead, and I'm gonna get whiff punished 90 fucking % of my health if I do it against the wrong character? Like, Avenger overhead is like one of the worst fucking moves in the entire game. You might be thinking like, oh, Luke's so good, he has crouching medium punch. brother. 1, true. 2, why is the move, like, it's just dumb. It's not a good move. They should change it. Give it maybe a Street Fighter 5 properties to where it had crazy corner carry with it. If you do the EX version, the double hits and, like, launch them far. But, yeah, I think Avenger is a bad move. Also, they need to bring back his back medium punch from Street Fighter 5. The little right hook. Or left hook, I guess, depending on which way you're fucking facing. I think that's a normal, like, he's just, like, missing. Which would just be a good normal. Yeah, so that, yeah, Luke should definitely be in the buff category. Now, you might be thinking, like, well, Luke's broken. Why would you ever put Luke in buff? 1, Luke isn't broken. Luke is the most solid character in the entire game. But he's not broken. He has everything you need. He has a great crouching medium kick. He has a great crouching medium punch. He has good whiff punish tools. He has good target combos, right? You should want every character to be like this guy, right? This is the staple of a character. You want all of them to be like him. You don't want him to be nerfed, because if he gets nerfed and the new staple is Blanca becomes the most well-rounded character, how the fuck are you going to make Marissa play like Blanca? It wouldn't make sense. You need everybody to play like Luke. Footsies, counter hits. Luke's whole thing is counter hit, drive rush. That's what the game is supposed to be. The game is counter hit, drive rush the game. Street Fighter 5 was counter hit, special move the game, right? It was fucking crouching medium kick, hit confirm. That's the same thing with Luke. Luke just does that better. And other characters can do it too. Like Ken can definitely do that. That's why Ken's a good character. There's a method to this madness. But Luke should get buffed because Avenger is the worst fucking move in the goddamn game. And I'm sticking by that. Chun-Li, nerfed this bitch. Super nerfed this bitch. Very similar to DJ. Chun-Li is a corny-ass character. It's actually just crazy the amount of things that Chun-Li players whiff. And then when you try to whiff punish them, they just hit you with a crouching medium kick. So, increase her recovery on her heavy punch or her crouching medium kick. I'm so tired of that bitch fucking sticking out her fist the entire screen whiffing. I do crouching medium punch. My shit whiffs, and then she does a crouching medium kick. And then into spinning bird kick. And then now I'm in the fucking corner. Ha! You know, it's annoying. I hate it. Corny character. I hate people. I hate characters that have built-in corniness and built-in safeguards. A lot of these characters up here, you kind of have to risk something in order to keep pressure. But this bitch doesn't really need to do that. Also, the fact that she can do like a normal fireball and walk behind it is also super corny. At least these two bozos. And Aki. I don't think Aki has to do EX. But Aki's fireball is dog shit. These two bozos at least have to do like EX drive rush. She can just throw like a normal fucking thingy. And then the way her fireballs work is that they fucking dissipate. But it's kind of hard to tell how long before they dissipate. Unless they're all a set range. And then if so, then I'm bad at the game. And I'll just admit that. And then you try to parry it. And then you get grabbed. Because she's faster than her fireball. It's so shitty. Zangief super buff. This character, buff. I'm not going to super buff Zangief. Once again, grapplers. This bitch is not a grappler. I don't give a fuck what you say. This bitch is not a grappler. No grappler can shoot across the screen at fucking Mach 5 speed and put you in a 50-50. What they need to give Zangief is they need to give Zangief a better level 1. They need to make his target combos more reliable. They need to make it to where he can combo into level 3. Fuck, he's going into super buff. You need him to combo into level 3, which would be good for the character. And he's the only grappler, Manon and Lily were the other two grapplers, that doesn't have a special move that can skip projectiles. In Street Fighter 5, he had his flex. In Street Fighter 4, he had green hand, which will advance him and eat a projectile. I mean, Honda even has his fucking clap, which kind of moves him forward. But Zangief just kind of has to utilize parry and empty jumps. I would say bring back his flex. You know, him be able to walk forward. Damn, I look fucking skinny. Him be able to walk forward while eating projectiles gives him fucking gray health. Like, he needs to be able to advance. That's the only thing holding Zangief back, I feel like. Overall, I think he's a good character, but his supers are dog shit, and he has no way of getting around projectiles. Rashid. Rashid's a tough one, because I think he's a good character overall. But I'm going to say buff. I feel like a lot of his combo strings are iffy, if that makes sense. I think a lot of his combo strings that I've seen drop because they're very, very specific. Maybe give his combos a little bit more leeway into comboing. You know, I mean, being a Luke player, doing back heavy kick, crouching heavy punch is a very easy combo. For Rashid, it's very, very specific, like what you gotta do, and you gotta do like this EX, and then, I don't know. I think they should just make Rashid's combos easier to land, but overall, don't touch his character. He's fucking good. His level 2 is great. Maybe nerf his level 2, but then again, if you nerf a level 2 like that, you kind of ruin the character. Ryu, buff, solid character once again. I think they should buff his fucking move, not the Hadouken, but this fucking his little like electricity move. I think that's with the Denjin charge. Once again, very similar to Blanca. Like if you have a mechanic like the Blanca balls and Ryu has his electricity, you should be able to be like, I need to get my electricity, right? Or as Blanca, I need to throw out my Blanca-chan. You know, as Lily, you need to get stocks. As Kimberly, you kind of should have paint cans. As Aki, you're like, I need to poison them. As Luke, you're like, I need to do my perfect knuckles. Like, there's levels to this shit. Like, there's a reason why each character has a specific mechanic that they utilize. Which is crazy to think about. Like, each character plays different because they each have their own fucking mechanic. My cat's hitting the fucking keyboard. So yeah, so buff the Denjin charge. Buff the Denjin charge on Ryu, that way it's more likely. Manon, buff. Give her a crouching medium kick that's special cancelable. That's the only thing that needs to change with this character. Having a crouching medium kick or a crouching light kick that's cancelable makes the character infinitely times better. That's the only thing the character needs, I feel like, and then she's good. Jamie, super buff. Buff his drinks in a way. I don't know how. Maybe make half the drinks stay over from a round. So if you have 2 drinks, you go into the next round 1 drink. If you have 3 drinks, maybe it's still 1 drink. If you have 4 drinks, it goes down to 2 drinks. I think that's what you should do. It's tough, right? Because you can't really say transfer the drinks, because then if Jamie gets 4 drinks in round 1, then he has 4 drinks the entire game, and Jamie is an S tier character with 4 drinks. The purpose is that you need to earn the drink. So maybe have half the drinks carry over from the rounds. And also make his anti-fireball tool, his little breakdance, way fucking better. I think that's what the character is really missing. Overall, I think all of his other stuff is pretty good. Maybe lessen the recovery on his DP, but at the end of the day, very similar to these 2 characters. Having an EX DP, yes, is good if it's invincible, but of course now if it gets blocked, you're going to get punished. So that's very interesting. But this is my tier list. This is what I think. I'm going to post this on Twitter. People are going to be very fucking mad at me. They're like, why is Luke in buff? But this is it. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm about to be under 30 minutes. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Comment down below why you disagree with me. Tell me why you disagree with me. Don't just say you're wrong. Luke should be in Nerf. Be like, you're wrong. Luke should be in Nerf because blank. But thank you everybody, and I'll see y'all again next time. See ya.